Let's talk about the desire for isolation post-narcissistic abuse. From my personal experience as well as research, this is extremely common for the desire to do so, and this can stem from many things. For myself, I got so used to the feeling of being isolated when I was with my ex-narcissist that when I finally left and had that space and freedom to actually do, act, feel, think with my own free will was frankly terrifying and unsettling and uncharted territory. And I felt like a newborn baby or something. I had no idea who I was and what was going on or what was going to come of this. And I was just terrified. For so long, I had him and my ex-narcissistic best friend tell me who I am, what I do, what I like to do, what I don't like to do, putting me down, degrading me, minimizing me, just everything you can think of when it comes to psychological abuse. You get so used to these toxic people putting you down and telling you these things that once you remove yourself from these situations, it's almost like you lose who you are. And when you lose those senses of who you are, there's no better feeling than just wanting to isolate and be alone, because it's very hard to connect and explain yourself to others when this is such a layered and complex issue that takes way more than just one simple surface level conversation to even get to past the tip of the iceberg. For me, the isolation was on and off, but luckily for me, I do have supportive people in my life that did show up for me in times that I could not show up for myself. Those desires to isolate feed them to a degree, but know when to pull the brakes, and it's time for human connection again. You will need time, and probably a lot of time, to heal and go through the emotions, the motions, and just what life is like post-narcissistic abuse, which is truly a whole different world. You need to give yourself grace and space for the ability to create space to make those new connections again and have successful, healthy relationships. But you come first. And if you need to isolate yourself to a degree, do so to give yourself time to heal. To me, the isolation is not something you can force to do or not do, but it's something to mindfully pay attention to when you notice in periods of time when it fluctuates to one extreme or the other. The extremes of it is when it becomes problematic. And just remember, post-narcissistic abuse, it does change your brain and your brain chemistry, so you need to give yourself time to heal and get back to a safe place mentally and physically.